Welcome to Canada Star TV. This is our third program on our series of education in Canada. During the last two parts, we talked about how you register your kids at school, how you communicate with the staff and the school teachers. Today, we'd like to talk about how you can help your child to succeed, to accomplish more at the school. Let's talk about the first few weeks that you are in Canada. While you're helping yourself with finding a job, you're on the job hunt, you're getting settled in your new house, you simply take a tour around the community and see the neighborhood to yourself. There are a lot of possibilities, a lot of resources at your community, wherever you're living, community centers, libraries, all sorts of centers which help kids and the parents to settle better. Take a tour, walk around in the neighborhood, as well as taking a ride in the bus would be a very good idea for the kids to be having the chance to examine, to look at the places, at the parks, and get to know most probably people who might be riding the bus. Having the kids to get familiar with the maps, with transit routes, and with the color coding of the buses will be a very good idea. At the libraries, there are certain programs running throughout the year. They hold workshops for parents. They hold storytelling sessions for younger kids, preschool, kindergarten age kids, and there are places where they can play with the toys available to them at the library. Meanwhile, having a look at the different spots at the different parts of the library, getting to know what books, what movies, what films are available in your mother tongue, in your language, is another good idea. Libraries usually have spaces for rent. You can think of for your get-togethers once in a while. This also gives an opportunity to get to know, to help your kids to find friends, to sit for a chat with them, and for them to make sure that they're welcome and comfortable in the environment which looks like their own classroom. In the play area of every library, parents usually bring their kids. You might be having a chance to talk to a parent while your kid is playing with the others. Right from the beginning, having your kid to know that it is not a shameful and embarrassing feeling to be having accent in your speaking English is very important. Your children should be feeling good about talking about your background, talking about their language, and giving information to others who are willing to know about it. Find a time and chance to join, participate in the events happening around in your neighborhood. Could be anything for New Year's Eve, for Canada Day, for 1st of July, for Family Day. Anything, any picnics happening in the parks would be giving your child a chance to feel good about getting to know people. At home, talk about these facts, talk about these notions, that talk about the things that your children have learned through their trip, through their journey in the neighborhood. Encourage them to feel good about most of the, to feel good about their encounters with the others. Because at school they will be living, they will be working with the same kids that they see in the neighborhood. More or less the same culture is represented at the school. Remember that for most of the school projects, they have to be working and communicating with the other kids in order to accomplish an assignment, a homework. Another good idea is to have a chance, to find a chance to find a playmate to come and visit you at home for your kid. Sometimes you might be needing to go first, but anyway, do initiate, do talk about a parent of the kid that you think your child feels comfortable with. It is okay to call the parent and the kid to your place and have them sit over for a cup of tea and continue a conversation. Remember that children find friends very needed, find friends very comfortable with when they can have this environment where you are sitting while they are playing. Sometimes it is a very good idea to be seeking advice from the school counselor. There are certain days that the school counselor visits the school of your child. Make an appointment with this counselor way before that any problem arises, to make sure that this person knows you, to make sure that you're open for conversation about the details of the stage you are going through. Meaning that in the beginning of the settlement here in Canada, especially the first few weeks, you might be finding a little bit difficult to adjust yourself, to adapt yourself with the situation, with the culture, especially if you're not feeling comfortable with your English. Practicing English for your children will be very essential. We are talking about communicating orally first. Then at the second stage is making sure that you are or somebody else is reading books to your kid. At any occasion, you have a relative, a friend who can read better than you do. Have them to read stories, have them to read fiction, have them to read the books about information in Canadian history. Later on, you will have your child to improve in the writing strand of their communication skill. For writing, it will be taking longer because anyway, writing skills are a little bit challenging to acquire for a newcomer. Always be there, always monitor in a very discreet manner how your child is doing in writing. You will later on learn that there are possibilities at the library, at the community center, where your child can go for extra help without you having to pay money for tutor. I hope that this far, this conversation, this few tips have been useful to you. Until next time, all the best for your success in Canadian way of living here, in your settlement, and with the success of your children. Thank you.